Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, what am I doing? I am going to show you what I took in my travel makeup when I recently went overseas. I went over to New Zealand for a couple of weeks. I'm sure you've seen that in previous videos. So I'm going to show you today what I took. Okay, I think most people think when they see this collection back here that I take a huge amount of makeup, and I don't. And what I took to New Zealand this time around was actually more than I'd normally take, but I was going for 2 weeks. I didn't know if they were going to have theme nights on the cruise, and you know, I was over prepared, and I'll tell you now, I didn't use half of the stuff that I took, so I definitely could have taken less. But this is my little makeup travel bag. So I'll show you what is inside of it. So first things first, I took a sponge. I got a nice little thing. Both of these are from Kmart. They're good little ones to travel with. I took a setting spray. So you've got this. I took the Urban Decay cherry one. I think that was limited edition. I took my little brush kit. So I think I've shown this previously. This is my little travel brush kit. That's all the brushes that I take. I took the CoverGirl Vitalist Health Elixir. I took this one because I know I can build it up to make it full coverage, but I can also shear it out to just have a normal, natural, everyday look as well. And I know it, and I trust it, and it has an SPF in it, and I knew I was doing a lot of shore tours and things like that, so it covered all of those bases. I took a little mirror. Okay, this is just a little travel mirror. So there we go. I got that from Daiso, which is great. I love Daiso. And then the palette that I took was my 1 month palette that I've been working on as part of my Project Pan. So I took the Perception palette. And I chose this for the 1 month palette pan mainly because I knew that I could get a variety of looks from this. You can see it's been fairly well used and fairly trashed. The mirror did break, sadly, on the in the baggage, but what can you do? And then I've got my little makeup bag. So in here I took a couple of lashes, I took a full pair, and I took a little half pair. I did end up wearing the half pair once for one night. It was a 50s theme pin-up look that I did, and I ended up using them just to extend my outer lashes. I took my Australis Fresh and Flawless powder because I know it works. It's in my Project Pan, so I took that. A lot of the things in here are from my Project Pan because they're good little sizes to take along and use up. Took my little Tarte bronzer in Hotel Harris, so that one. I took a little finishing translucent powder by Nude by Nature, and my highlighter that I took was a little Tarte Mini in Exposed. What else is in here? Let's get all out the cases. I've got my MAC blush in Harmony. This is again part of my Project Pan. It's just an everyday kind of blush. I took my little Black Track gel liner. I think I only used it like once, twice. I took my little Colourpop Super Shock in Ladybird, another one of my Project Pans. And then I ended up taking a little blush. So this is by Manakadar. And it is supposed to be like a trio, but I just pop it all together and use it as one, and it gives quite a nice peachy blush. Just to have something different from the Harmony, which is quite neutral. Then I took, let's get the rest of this out so I can actually see what's in here. Okay, my MAC Paint Pot Soft Ochre Eyelid Primer, that was necessity. Then my black shadow in carbon from MAC. I think again this is Project Pan. Because the Perception palette doesn't have a black, I like having a black in case I use it or need it. And I did use it, I think, a couple of times. For primers, I took for primers, let's try that again. For primers, I took a small Smashbox primerizer and the Hourglass Veil, just a little sample of that. For concealers, I took the Shiseido colour correcting one, part of my Project Pan, and my Maybelline Age Rewind corrector. They're both good concealers. I knew they'd work, so they went along. I took a little Tarte Maneater liquid liner, just in case I wanted to do a precise wing. Then we get into, I took my Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil, another Project Pan. I took 3 of the Tarte Glitter Duo liners. I think I only ended up using 1 while I was there, but I just didn't know, you know, you're kind of like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do and if I want to feel super glittery. So I took them just in case. My mascara was the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I took this because it is starting to dry up and it's okay. And I knew it'd last, obviously, the couple of weeks that I was away. And I just wanted to actually get in and get it used up. Then I've got 2 lip liners. Both of these are from my Project Pan. So they're both MAC lip liners, one in Brick and one in Subculture. Then I took, for lip products, I took quite a few lip products. I took 1, 2, 3 Colourpop lip, I took 3 Colourpop liquid lips. I've got Times Square, that's my favourite nude. Revere, which is a orange, just in case I felt like it. I don't think I actually wore it at any point. And I took Ariba, which is in my Project Pan, and it is a classic red and I like it. I also took a couple of the Tarte minis, that melted mattes that come in the holiday collection. I took Hot Buttered Rum and Pumpkin Spice. I think Pumpkin Spice was, I love Pumpkin Spice. I love the colour of it. So I think that was probably my most worn one. I took a couple of glosses. They were mainly for Georgia. They're just part of the My Little Pony collection. They're actually from Georgia's makeup desk. I should put them back. But I took them along so Georgia could have that. And I did take along, I've only got 2 of them here because the other 3 are back in my handbag now, but I took along my Winky Lux little mini pills. The other colours are 2 kind of nudes and a red. I always kind of take them travelling just in case. And my mum ended up using these colours, so that was good. So what I'm going to do now is put a face together using these products and using the brushes and kind of show you a look that I'd kind of wear over while I was travelling. I've zoomed in a little bit closer so that you can see what I am doing, and we're going to get in and do what I would have done on the daily on my holiday. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime. I'm going to use the Smashbox primerizer. This is the one I went to the majority of the time. I like it. It is moisturising. And I feel that it provides my skin with a nice base. Okay, I'm going to go in with my foundation. So that was the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir. I am in the colour Creamy Natural for anyone that wants to know. So I'm going to go in with my Shiseido concealer. I don't apply a lot of this. This is more just to kind of help colour correct my under eyes. I actually don't like wearing a lot of concealer under my eyes because I am getting older, so if I wear too much it certainly intensifies the fine lines I have underneath there. I just use a little bit of that to kind of lighten the appearance of my dark circles. Although I did sleep really well on the cruise. I think the rocking of the boat during the night and having really good blackout curtains, I slept incredibly well. I actually got sleep-ins, and I never sleep in. I'm one of those ones that wake up with the sun, and it was really nice to actually have a sleep-in occasionally. So I'm going to set that concealer with the Nude by Nature Finishing Mineral Veil. I'm just going to take one of my little brushes. It's just a little kind of foundation concealer brush. I'm just going to pat that on. I find that using the translucent powder kind of helped brighten it a little bit. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply my Australis Fresh and Flawless. I'm in medium tan. I'm going to apply that all the way over my face. Now I tend to focus my powder mostly on the cheeks and the nose because they're where it transfers, like I lose it the most during the day. And then I'll just take whatever's kind of left on the brush over the rest of my face, because the drier parts of my face are around here, and this here kind of still, it's not, I wouldn't call it oily, but it's more normal. So I put a little bit more powder on those places. So I've done that, and now I'm going to get into the eyes. So I'm going to take my soft ochre paint pot, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on my eyelids. I use my finger. You know, we can't be too bougie when we're getting ready in a little tiny cabin. And I had my mum and Georgia in there, so it's not like you can spread out a lot. I'm then going to go in with my eyeshadow. And on one of my little fluffy brushes, I'm going to take Culture. This was the only real kind of everyday transition. So this was probably the colour I wore the most of. And I've actually started to get a little bit of a dent in it, which is very rare for me and my eyeshadow palettes because I have so many and I don't use them every day. But it being a 1 month challenge with this palette has been really good because I have been obviously using it the majority of the time. I wouldn't say every day, and I don't wear makeup every day either, and other days I've used other palettes, but the majority of the time, and especially for the 2 weeks I was away, this was the colour that was worn. So I'm putting that in the crease, and then I'm just going to wipe off my brush to get rid of any excess, and then I'm going to blend that up. This palette doesn't have a matte cream, so this is the way that I found to be able to kind of transition it up to the brows without it looking too bad. I'm then going to go in with, what am I going to go in with? I'm going to go in with Revenge. So this is down here, this is kind of a mid-red brown, a rust colour. And I'm just going to take that into the outer crease and kind of bring it in, just deepening it up a little bit. I must say these Colourpop shadows are very well pigmented. You certainly don't have to go in a number of times to lay the product down, which is really nice. And I knew when I picked the palette that I could kind of trust the formula, that it'd work. I'd be able to create the looks that I wanted. So I'm just going to wipe that brush off again and then go in and blend it out. Now on a smaller, well, it's quite a large shader brush. It's got a bit of softness to it, so it's alright for blending as well. I'm going to go into the matte brown down here, which is played out. And I'm just going to put that in my outer lid area and bring it up into the crease. Just add a bit of depth. I do this with most looks. I'll put something a bit darker out in this outer corner. Because I have hooded lids, this helps provide, helps recede that hood and makes the rest of the eyeshadow stand out. I'm a little bit excited today. It's the holiday kind of thing's over and it's Saturday morning and I'm getting ready to go to the raffles at the RSL. As you know, I'm an 80-year-old in a 40-year-old body. I love my Saturday raffles and I get to hang with my best mate. He is a veteran, so we go there and do the raffles and hang for a bit. We've been missing it. I'm really looking forward to going back and saying hello to the regulars. It's probably why I'm never going to find a partner, because everyone there, their average age is probably around 60, 70. So I am... That's my social scene, so it's not looking good. I'm just going back in with that fluffy brush now. I haven't put anything on it, and just blending out the edge of that darker brown. Okay, on a smaller shader brush, I'm going to go in. What do I want to go in with today? I'm going to go in with Strut and Slay, which is kind of this rose gold colour down here. I'm going to put that on my brush, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a spritz with my setting spray, and I'm going to apply this probably to just over half of my lid. Kind of cool. The cruise had a number of formal nights. They didn't really have theme nights, but they had kind of like, I guess, theme events. So you weren't expected to dress up, but I like to dress up. So I dressed up a few times. There was like a 50s night, and then there was a 70s, 80s night, and as I said, the formal events. So it was a bit of fun. On that brush, I'm also going to just flip it over, and I'm going to go into this dark plum in the outer down here called Shade, and I'm just going to use that to blend in with that dark brown that I put down. Flipping my brush back over to the side that had the rose gold colour on it and just patting it over that centre bit just to get a nice blend between the two colours. And then I'm going to once again go back into that blending brush and just run it along the edge just to make sure it's all nice and softened. And under the under eye, I am going to take that smaller blending shader brush. I'm just going to wipe it off, and I'm going to put on a bit of Culture first and just run it underneath, meet it up. Then I'm going to take a bit of that darker brown shade in Played Out and just put it right out in this outer third and connecting it with the upper lid. And then I'm going to take my little tiny shader brush here. I'm going to wet it with my setting spray, and I'm going to pick up Unbothered up here, and I'm just going to add that as a inner corner highlight. Going all out today. This isn't certainly anything I did most days. Most days I literally just took Culture, ran it through the crease and onto the lid, and that was it. Just something. Other days it was just I used my bronzer. and took it a little bit onto the eyes just to add a bit of definition into the crease, and left it at that. So I'm just taking that unbothered just down onto that inner part of my lower lash line as well, and blending it in. On my little angled brush, I'm going to, so I've got a little angle brush here, I'm going to take some of the black track, and I'm not going to do a huge wing. I'm not going to do this on camera because I've got to get close to the mirror because I am 40 and my eyesight's gone and I don't wear my glasses when I film, so I've got to move in. So I'll be back. So just for the sake of using as many of the products and the fact that it's also my project pan, I'm going to take the Colourpop Super Shock in Lady Bird and just put a little bit of that on my finger. I'm just going to tap it kind of on the a little bit just to add a little bit of glitter. Got a little bit on my upper hood, so I'm just going to take that blending brush and blend it out. It'll probably transfer there later anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference. Okay, I'm going to put mascara on. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Lash Princess, and I'll be back. The eyes are done. I'm just going to run some Goof Proof through my brows. So I'm in number 3. Okay, let's get on to the rest of the face. I'm going to go in with my bronzer, and I'm going to go in with the little tiny bronzer brush that I have here, a contour brush. I'm just going to add this to the face. Then going to go in with that Manakada little trio, mix it all together. Sweep that across the cheeks. What I like about this, because it has got some shimmer particles in it, so I don't really need to put highlighter on when I use this. So it's kind of a bit of a 2-in-1. Adds a bit of colour and a bit of shine on the top of the cheeks. As always, I'm just going to run my powder brush over the top. I always do this just to ensure that it's nicely blended in. And then I'm going to set the face first. So I'm going to go set my face. I'm just going to use the oh, I love the smell of this. It's so nice. Alright, for lips, I'm going to use what I used most of the time that I was there, which is Pumpkin Spice by Too Faced. I just love this colour. So this is the finished look using the products that I took on vacation. Hope you enjoyed. Please go ahead and subscribe, like, comment anything you would like me to do. As you know, I've only kind of just started this channel, and any suggestions from you would be great about the things that you would like to see. And as always, remember, be kind, be strong, and be a warrior. And I'll see you later. Bye.